I got the worst possible scenario. And like it's messed up, but it 5 years later, I still think about it. So this woman was in her 60s. She just beat cancer. She couldn't work. She's on a fixed income. The previous owner put her on month to month. And then I inherited that person. And she was the nicest, like the nicest person you could meet. But I couldn't afford to lose that money. And why I'm making sure that people know that this is 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was planning my exit strategy from teaching, from retirement. So it's not like I had, money or whatever. It was a regular job. I'm a working class person. I have a young daughter. You know what I'm saying? So like, I really need that money. It's not like, maybe right now I'm in a better position. Like I needed that money, and I had to like evict her. And she had nowhere to go and nobody wanted to take her. She didn't have a job. And so I want to ask y'all again, because some of the people in here was like, you should keep her. You got it. So air it out now. We're going to share your comments publicly. What do you do in that situation when you have to evict someone because their rent doesn't cover your bills?
So me, I'm a sucker. I would have kept her probably as long as I could. And I'm sure you did too, because you're the same. So I'm sure. But again, we go back to the same thing, lack of organizations spending their money wisely on educating us. Where are they? Because had we had a contact with Salvation Army, we could pick up that phone and be like, yo, this one's deserving, yo. And we can plug her in with Salvation Army. And they told you, like, listen, we're going to pay the extra $200 monthly for another 2 years. Boom. By then, maybe she gets back on her feet, can start working. Cool. And they do that. But the point is, who do we call, right? There's so many websites and there's so many links, so many phone numbers. Poor old lady can never find that information, right? There's not a commercial coming out blasting out during halftime, yo, call us if you need help, because then their phone will never stop, right? So it's kind of weird that they're here and they have to get rid of that money, because if not, they don't get no more next year. So they have to get rid of it, but yet they don't want a flood of calls. So they're just like, if you don't hear about us, then whatever, but there's so many organizations in Killeen itself or Central Texas itself that are more than willing to pick up that tab for a year or 2 years and say, hey, we're going to help them out. There's churches in the area that are willing to do it. Again, it's just being able to have those connections. And that's where it's very important for us to keep in contact